What's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this NBA channel. So let's get straight into it. I previously made a video discussing all this Kawhi Leonard drama, and I'ma say it again. I don't believe Kawhi is going anywhere. If you're gonna ask me, I believe he's gonna re-sign with the Spurs this offseason or the beginning of next season. I just had to throw that out there because I know there's some Spurs fans out there right now who just got triggered by the thumbnail alone. Don't come in my comments talking crazy or else I'm gonna hit you with that Hall of Fame block. The only reason I'm making this video is because it's a really fun and interesting topic to talk about. So why not entertain it? You clicked the video for a reason. So as we all know, Kawhi and the Spurs have literally been in the news the whole year. And that's pretty uncharacteristic for them. As each day goes by, it seems like Kawhi and the Spurs are slowly growing apart from each other. Listen to this post-game interview that Greg Popovich had after that Game 2 that he took against the Warriors.
Speaking specifically of Aldridge, you needed a big game from him. You got it. What can you say about his efforts?
LaMarcus has been a monster all year long. He's led our team at both ends of the floor. He doesn't complain about a darn thing.
You're not my dad!
Out in the court, he just plays through everything.
You also hear something!
I can't imagine being more proud of a player as far as playing through adversity and being there for his teammates. Night after night after night, he's been fantastic.
I don't know about you guys, but that sounded like direct shots at that man Kawhi Leonard. So today I'm here talking about the two biggest X factors going into this NBA offseason, Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. Depending on what happens with Kawhi and whether he'll be traded or not, will definitely have an effect on where LeBron James decides to play next year. Those two could really end up being teammates by August. I can't even believe I said that myself. Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James on the same team? I'm left speechless. But anyways, there are two ways these two could end up playing on the same team by next year. So first, let's discuss how this could go down for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, so of course the Cleveland Cavaliers would have to involve that Nets pick in this trade. Now, I've said this in a previous video and I'ma just say it again so you can understand where I'm coming from. That Nets pick right there has a great chance at falling at least top 3 in the NBA draft this year. Let me tell you why before you start looking at me like I'm crazy though. In 2011 through 2014, the Cavs have landed 3 out of the 4 possible #1 overall picks. So let's go back in time for a little second. In 2011, the Cavs were bound to have 2 lottery picks. Their own because they were cheeks that year, and also the Los Angeles Clippers pick. That very Clippers draft pick that they had only had a 2.18% chance of winning the lottery and becoming #1 overall. 2.8% of a chance was all they had, my guy. And with that #1 overall pick, they were able to select Kyrie Irving. And then in 2013, the year before LeBron James goes into free agency, the Cavs land another #1 overall pick. But this time they kind of screw up and they select Anthony Bennett. But don't worry, the NBA came through and saved the day because they got their back. And the Cavs landed back-to-back #1 overall picks, 2013 and 2014. This pick right here, 2014, was Andrew Wiggins, and he played a key role to help the Cavs lure LeBron back to Cleveland. And we all know what the Cavs did with Wiggins. They ended up trading him for Kevin Love. The Cleveland Cavaliers somehow land top NBA draft picks, when in reality they really have no business in doing so. So what we all know is whenever the Cavs need it the most, they get a top pick in the NBA draft. And this time around is LeBron James' free agency year. So if the Cavs want any hope of keeping LeBron James, that pick would have to be higher than it is projected to be right now. And it might be top 3 in this year's NBA draft. So don't be surprised if the NBA lottery balls come in clutch for the Cavs, or if the NBA try to rig it for them. I mean, the proof is right here. They had it before in 2011, 2013, and 2014. So things actually could end up the same in 2018. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers could do a lot with that Nets pick. They could keep it and just draft the best player available, but by doing that, it kind of gives us a sign that they're looking to rebuild. So that's one choice. The other option is to trade the pick for a star player out in the market today. And that star player who could potentially be out on the market is Kawhi Leonard. He's the only real star who could be moved pretty soon. The Anthony Davis rumors kind of have died down because of how well the Pelicans have been playing. They've been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so other than Kawhi, nobody of that stature is up for trade. So if the Cavaliers get at least a top 3 pick in this year's NBA draft, I'm sure that will be somewhat enticing for the Spurs. Now, before I tell y'all what the trade would look like, I gotta put this out there for some people. Before some of y'all be like, oh my god, Spurs got robbed, what the hell? hell? You gotta understand that whenever a superstar player is getting traded, more than likely 9 times out of 10, the team that's trading the superstar player always loses the deal. So with that being said, the Cleveland Cavaliers can offer the Spurs a top 3 pick, and along with that, they can give up either Tristan Thompson or J.R. Smith. And the Cavs can also throw in Cedi Osman. If you didn't know already, I believe last year, Spurs actually tried to make a trade happen involving Cedi Osman from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's someone that they really like, so they would love to have that addition plus a top 3 pick and also Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith. But if the Spurs don't want to do that deal, then they could just take K-Love and the top 3 pick straight up. With whatever trade the Spurs choose to do, they'd be in a better position than before, which was being stuck with an unhappy superstar. And the Spurs can be in a position to draft possibly the next NBA superstar, players like Luka Doncic, like Marvin Bagley, Michael Porter Jr., or even Jaren Jackson Jr. Enough of that though, let's talk about how the Cleveland Cavaliers would be looking after that trade. Man, if the Cavs pull this off, their team would automatically be a bigger threat than before, with Kawhi Leonard as their second option, rather than having Kevin Love as their second best player. Kawhi over the years has drastically improved his game, and he's been the best two-way player in the world for the last 2-3 years now. What's the biggest problem for the Cleveland Cavaliers right now? Isn't it like defense? They don't play any. But if you add Kawhi Leonard onto this team, with just his presence alone, they'd be a much better defensive team. Oh man, I'm not saying they'd be a top 5, top 10 defense in the NBA, because all 5 guys gotta play defense on the court in order for the team to be a good defensive team. So regardless though, Kawhi paired up with LeBron James would be an unstoppable duo. If the Cleveland Cavaliers pull off this trade and end up with Kawhi Leonard, there is no way in hell that LeBron James leaves. He would have arguably the 3rd best player in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard, by his side. If this happened right here, LeBron James would be able to prolong his career. It wouldn't be necessary for him to be playing 37 minutes a game, leading the NBA in minutes anymore. LeBron can start saving his body because he has a 26-year-old stud in Kawhi Leonard out there going crazy. Man, all I gotta say is if this happened, watch out the Golden State Warriors, watch out the Houston Rockets, or anybody who's attempting to be in the way of this dominant duo. Good luck stopping them. I'ma pray for you. Now though, let's move on to the next team that could acquire these 2 players. The Los Angeles Clippers. Now I made a video about 2 months ago saying that the Clippers and Jerry West were going to be looking to acquire some type of star talent really soon. I know Jerry West was cooking up something in that pot, and their time to execute their plan may be sooner than we all expected. Now out of these 2 scenarios, I believe LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers would have a greater chance of happening. A lot of people are asleep on the money man who's been on the Clippers making all these moves, Jerry West. I believe that dude is the greatest GM and consultant ever to walk into an NBA front office. Look at his resume and just take a look at what he's created with other teams. You'll be truly amazed. I made a video about that man a little while ago, so if you want to check it out, it's right here. But yeah, Jerry West is a finesser, and I believe he could pull this thing off. So let's begin with how the Clippers can trade for Kawhi Leonard. Within these last 7 months for the Clippers, they've accumulated a lot of good assets that are pretty valuable and that a lot of teams would love to have. So with that being said, I believe the Clippers would offer Tobias Harris along with the 2 lottery picks that they will have in this year's NBA draft. Those 2 picks most likely would land anywhere from 11 to 13. So yeah, the Spurs get that for Kawhi Leonard. This package right here is arguably better than what the Cleveland Cavaliers have to offer, because there's 2 lottery picks instead of 1 on the table. And also instead of a 30-year-old Kevin Love or a Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith, Spurs could have a 25-year-old Tobias Harris, who has the potential to be an NBA All-Star in this league. This year with the Clippers, he's averaged 19 points and 6 boards a game, on 47% shooting from the field and 41% from 3. Tobias is a stellar player, and I'm sure the Spurs would love to have him. So they can have him, and with those 2 lottery picks, the Spurs can select players like Miles Bridges, Wendell Carter Jr., or even Colin Sexton. That's a pretty good package. Okay, so now let's say the Spurs end up doing this deal and they end up with Kawhi Leonard. They'd have to make more moves at their roster in order to sign LeBron James to that max contract that he would want. Okay, so they'd have to decline Patrick Beverley's team option, and once they do that, they're gonna have to trade away Austin Rivers and Danilo Gallinari. Now, trading Austin shouldn't be a problem because he's actually a good player. He averaged 15 and 4 on great shooting from 3 and decent shooting from the field, so they have no problem finding him a new home. But on the other hand, I'd have no idea who would want to trade for Danilo Gallinari. He's making 20+ mil a year, and he's 29 years old, pushing 30, coming off an injury-riddled season. So it's gonna be pretty tough to trade away Danilo Gallinari. But if the Clippers somehow can pull that off and Jerry West finesses again, then they'd be in perfect position to sign LeBron James, and they'd have an untouchable duo of Kawhi and LeBron. And all they gotta do from there is re-sign Patrick Beverley. I don't expect him to be that expensive at all. And they also gotta find a whole bunch of other role players to surround Lou Williams, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James with. But yeah man, this is the end of the video. I appreciate you for watching. Yo, like I said man, don't get too carried away. I still don't think Kawhi is going anywhere. I don't know where LeBron James might go, but I know for a fact Kawhi Leonard is not going anywhere. No, not for a fact, actually. That's just what I think. But this is the end of the video, man. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the surf, free the way, told my girl